Part of Unit 8, we're going to look at messaging subsystem. We'll look at an overview on JMS. Then we'll get into Honed Queue is our JBoss EAP 6 messaging implementation. And then part of any messaging system, anything Java based, you need a connection factories and destination. We'll look at how they are defined and how to configure them within EAP 6. And also we'll talk about the configurations of Honed Queue messaging system, which is journaling, way to persist messages, and also any other messaging system settings we'll actually briefly look over in this particular unit, followed by a lab where you're able to define some queues and topics and able to send a message. Overview of a Java message service. A JMS is an API to talk to a messaging system. Messaging system in the real world allows application to communicate with each other in a decoupled fashion. That's the primary advantage it actually offers. So an application sends off a message. It assumes the messaging system will deliver the message to the consuming application. So it guarantees the message delivery. There are two types of messaging model or message destination that are available: queues and topics. Queues is actually point-to-point, whereas one application sends off a message. The message is actually will be consumed by another recipient application. The other messaging destination is actually called the topics, which we call publish and subscribe model, where one application sends off a message or publish a message, whereas several subscribing applications will consume the message. A simple example between queues and topics. Queues, if you send off a text message to a colleague of yours, so that'll be a queue, point-to-point. Whereas a wireless provider send off a message to all their wireless customer during some promotion, for example like a Christmas promotion, they send out a message. Every single wireless customer will receive the message. That is actually the topics. Now these messaging model been around for several years, but when it comes to Java, part of the application server, the Java application server vendor for Java application to utilize this asynchronous type of messaging service, they offer a built-in messaging system, and that's what Honed Queue is. So we'll talk about Honed Queue in the next section.